I'm just gonna start. Are we locked in right away?
Whatever. Even if we're not, I'm going to
in.
put forth 28 minutes of true, real effort starting now.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I can commit to that. I commit. Now, I'm not saying we're going to end at 28 minutes, but I'm saying the quality will severely, noticeably drop.
If people would accept our best 28 minutes, a day, I mean, that's all you can hope for. I mean, I'm trying to think of any industry or any part of any world or relationship where if you got somebody's best 28 minutes in a day, that's a lot. That's a heavy investment in something.
Right. Like, think about it. Most of the time you're interacting with someone else, it's way less than 28 minutes, right? Like, the chance of you actually needing 28 minutes of someone's time, few and far between. Now, this is coming from a guy who facilitates in front of people for sometimes over an hour. So actually, I am one of the people that really should be giving more than 28 minutes of quality effort to someone. But how much of that am I actually talking? So
it is funny when, in my role too, it's like, sometimes it's the same people, but like I get a lot of people just like sharing a lot about what's going on. And at some point, pretty quickly, I get the gist of it. And then they just keep going. And then sometimes I catch myself 3 minutes in being like, oh no, I haven't really been, fully attuned.
I am not
to all
locked
the
into what they're saying.
Here. I already have the because then once I have the basics, then it's my brain is just going elsewhere and I'm filtering in like some of the details here and there. But I've during those thoughts on my, head is scrambling. It's like, did I stop listening? I guess make sure I do one of these. Make sure I look and go, oh wow, yeah, no.
For your difficult job, what you should tell people right out of the gate is be like, I am here to listen to you. However, what we need to do is I need to drive this conversation. So I just need you to answer questions as I ask them. And that's how I would set it, because you're right. If I'm listening to someone tell me their issue or something for 2 minutes, I am not hanging on for that 2 minutes. Impossible. Because most people are going to be a very scattered and not really like a nice put together timeline. So, nope.
I mean, it is one of those. Yeah, I've done that. You can sometimes. Sometimes you just can't. It's human beings. Sometimes you can't like cut them off in the middle of what they're saying because it's like very emotional for them, things like that. But you're just like, I want to get back to this thing, or I love doing a classic when they've been in there for a long time. Like, because I'll start to get antsy. Like, I've had somebody be in the office for like an hour, then I'm just like, you know what? I've already taken an hour of your time. I put it on them like that. And they're like, oh, have I been here that long? It's like, yeah, I don't want you to miss out on, everything that you can do today to make this, a better place. I don't say it like that, but it's just one of those. I've already hijacked an hour of your time, just listening to you. I'm so sorry, to have done that to you. It's like
there's only one sandwich
gaslighting.
There's only one sandwich maker for the last hour, and it's lunch rush. We really need you out there.
You've got, ooh, that's minute 28. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to. Boy. That's it for the day, and it's only 8:28. Be checked out for the rest of the day. Sorry. Well, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Substandard. Run it back. Still count the cost.
Opted for the more 2000s pop punk version for today, just to mix it up, you guys. Okay. Just don't want you guys to get, too comfortable, Strange Fam.
Yeah.
Gotta keep you going.
Definitely not AI. Definitely not. The vocals sound fucking terrible. Like, remember how much we resented Cher from using auto-tune when Believe came out, and we're all like, what is that? Why does it sound like a robot? And now it's like vocals like that, and it's just like, that doesn't even sound human. Like, it sounds bad. It's bad. That art is bad.
Do you believe in love after love after love after love? And now it's like in every song, so share
It
ahead of
is
the
like
times.
rock bands and stuff like change their vocals and such, and ska bands and punk bands are doing it. One of my favorites from childhood, Goldfinger, their vocal tracks are fucking brutally altered now, and it sounds
Oh, really?
awful to me. Like, and especially when you see them live, and you're like, yeah, see, it sounds even more fucked up when you're live because either it sounds butchered or you get like the dissonance of his actual voice because he's trying to sing pop punk and it's a man in his late 50s, and that doesn't work with voices. But yeah, so why don't we just not do that? Bands.
I mean, and that's the problem with this one is that was from our AI experiment, so it's not even real. It sounds
Right.
really bad. That's basically
Yeah.
it. They
So
they,
again,
they nailed it.
a credit to those that aren't using AI, and I don't know if people still can record without Pro Tools. I don't even know if Pro Tools still exists. That was just a term that we used in the late 90s, I know, when people started recording off of tracks. But boy, just fucking stop. I'd rather you sound charming and less clean than manipulated via interwebs and robots.
How about, does your workplace have, like, lately mine is going full on Microsoft Copilot and is putting trainings out for everybody because they want people to use it. And I'm like, I don't understand why we need to use this. Like, I can write an email just fine because it'll summarize. Like, it's great because it summarize email and then it summarizes it. And it's like, oh, that's just the contents of the email. It's not really a summary. Or you can ask it to write an email and it's like, I could probably just handle this one. I don't know what we're going for here.
Yeah, I do use it. In my job, I use it. It is handy, but you have to understand how to use it. And dumb people using Copilot is a fucking recipe for disaster. As dumb people using everything that's technologically advanced.
What do you have to use? I mean, what do you, like, make slideshows or graphs?
Like,
I don't understand. Like,
no,
do you use it for basic communication?
No, absolutely not. Like
That's
you
the
said,
thing.
writing an
It's
email?
trippy.
No, I'll
Yeah,
write
yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking email.
Yeah,
Like I use
exactly.
it for
Good on.
some a little bit of like design work if I need to make like a handout for something, and I'll type up this huge massive prompt because I don't have access to design stuff. If it's a very low effort handout, yeah, I'll do something quick like that. If it's something larger, I'm like, I just go to design team. But I've also recently used it to help me create like an outline for a project that I have because I'm not good at creating outlines. And I'm like, hey, help me make an outline about this and this, and this is what I want to do because my thoughts are all scattered and I don't know how to organize them. And so stuff like that, it does help me with that. Normally I would reach out to someone and ask for assistance and bug one of my teammates and stuff, and I can now do it through Copilot. But you're right. I don't go like, write an email that says I have to schedule something at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Write me an email.
The only time I've ever actually used it was this last week. My coworker and I, we're gonna have to have a conversation with somebody, and so I put it into Copilot. I said we were gonna do a coin flip, like our usual virtual coin flip, to see who has to do the conversation.
Perfect.
And I was like, it's like, no, ask Copilot. It's like, Copilot, who should have this conversation with XYZ? They're like, I cannot answer that question. And I was like, yeah, but still, just do it. It's like, I cannot make a distinction between who. And I was like, no, but I really just need you to pick one of the names that's here. That's all I'm asking you to do. Pick one of the names. I cannot make a distinction, but perhaps the person who has the biggest, or like the longest relationship with this person. And it's like, I just need a name, bud. Yeah, I just need a name. That's all you got to do. Please just answer the pick
question.
One of the names that I put into this fucking thing. Just do it, please. And then all of a sudden, then it did. If I have to pick random, then it just did a coin flip anyway. So I was like, okay, we wasted a lot more time, and it chose Matt.
Oh,
And I said,
congrats.
Please reconsider. Please tell us that was an error.
Why did you do this, Copilot? Answer me. Why?
You are wrong. You are wrong. Put that into your memory banks. That decision is bad. So hopefully
Yeah.
that worked. I don't know. Just AI, man. It's taking everything from us. It's gonna
Can't
take
trust
all of
it.
my data,
Can't trust
all
it.
of it. Data centers, resources,
Solar
servers, a lot going on.
panels.
It'd be a lot easier if the sex robots were plentiful. If there were sex
Be
robots
easier
for
to take all
everybody,
this other stuff.
the opinion on data centers and learning and AI would be massively different. I don't know why they just didn't start with that. Like we got to start with the needs of people, the basic needs of people. So just put it out there for science. If you're listening.
That's a good point. Well, speaking of technologically advanced,
okay,
we went the opposite direction, which is very rare to do in 2026 by having the cabin trip.
I want the listeners to guess. If you got 10 seconds, I'll vamp a little.
Okay.
Steve, producer, is going to drive me after work to go to the camp. That's what made it in. I was like, perfect. That'll be perfect for me. He decided to go up a day early, so he would not be able to shuttle me to the camp. So, listeners, did I go? Did Matt go to the camp on his own accord after work on Friday? Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. Boop, boop, ding. I did, you guys. I fucking did it. Dude, I fucking did it,
Put on his big boy pants and went.
Yeah, I did it. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Nothing, Big success for your boy over here. Drove himself all the way there.
Important thing to realize, folks, is that this forecast the entire 2 weeks leading up to it was like, yo, it's gonna rain the entire time you're there. Like probably some thunderstorms. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Between Thursday and Friday, it rained 10 minutes total, with sun between these little showers, and then it rained overnight Saturday.
And that was my main decision going there, because it was like I was gonna leave a little bit work early, but it rained on me the whole time. Like one cloud was following me the whole time until I got to the camp, and then it stopped. So I was like, God damn it, it sucks. It's like it just followed. Then we got a massive storm Saturday night, like kind of a fun, like woodsy storm, I didn't know if it was like one of those things where trees could go down. There was a lot of lightning and it was close. But we were in the sticks, folks. Jeff's family camp. It is in the sticks. It's a gated community, which I was not expecting in terms of it has a gate. Then you go into all these offshoots of different properties, a lot of log cabin-y type things, a lot of four-wheelers, a lot of people just living the slow life out there. But you're in it. You're at the foothills of the Adirondacks. A lot of tall trees, a lot of evergreens. Not as many animals as I would have expected. That was kind of weird. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think I saw any deer, which is surprising, especially having gone out, traversed out by myself. A lot of times I run past or walk past deer, but I didn't see any in the area.
Actually, I did see a few when I went out to try to go fishing that one morning. They're slow, too. They're just taking their time. They're part of it.
Yeah, even the deer aren't in a hurry.
But what's great is when you get there, your phone decides to die, essentially. So it's like you just can't do anything.
This is useless now. This is at best a
clock. Which was good. So it's like, well, I have Verizon, and at best I would have one bar sometimes. And usually it's on
that's how you max
SOS
out.
mode. Yeah. So I was like, because I sent
we can stream kind of outside. You can stream audio if like things angle in your way and stuff. So like that's the best part is that it's like if you're lucky, you can stream Spotify, but oftentimes you aren't lucky enough, and that's when you have to resort to the old CD player.
Well, because that night, I mean, my first night there, fortunately, I had the whole basement to myself, which I basically just stated I was. I had to. It was There's
That
no
was
AC in this
elected.
place. There's
That
no
was elected.
Wi-Fi.
He was not cast. He was not cast to the basement.
No,
He
I'm
demanded.
lucky.
He
I am
demanded
lucky.
access to the basement.
Yes. And it was probably 15 degrees cooler in the basement, which if I
Easily.
didn't, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a bitch that whole weekend if I have to sleep. I don't know how you slept upstairs. I don't understand it. That's where all the humidity rises and the warmth. I don't know if there's enough fans in the world to keep you. I guess there was. I don't know.
There weren't.
Okay. No. Okay.
There were
Like
not.
okay, because it was a little balmy, so I survived that. But then I didn't get to listen to usually I got to sleep to podcasts or sound. So on day 2 when I went out to go check out the water, I did drive out just far enough to where I was able to save and download some podcasts or sounds.
There you go.
I'm gonna be
Yep.
good to go tonight, so I can have some stuff to follow. But that's you got to strategically do it that way. But otherwise, the phone was just set down. Because I was like, God, did I take any pictures at work today? I was like, no, because I never really had my phone on me. It was weird to be like, oh, I don't remember where I left my phone because we were functionally a lot of games. So it was you and me and a few other fellas. Again, two guys that I haven't seen since high school, that's always a bizarre kind of. I might as well have met them for the first time. And it was funny because they were
Generally,
yeah, because they were talking about trumpet in high school. I was like, yeah, we did. Yeah, I guess that's all we know about each other, really. I don't know anything about you anymore. You've lived more life than you had when I knew you at this point. So
Yeah.
but
Well, what's nice about doing that, and what's nice about a weird I kind of envy, in a way, a lot of you guys, because you're just it's more living in the moment, right? Is you're not reminiscing about anything. You're not it's all just, hey, you're here for a hangout of games and movies and music. Is that correct? Yes. Perfect. Let's go then. And so there's no things to go off of. There's no starting off feelings towards someone. It's just yo, if you're playing this game and I'm playing this game and we're having a good time, cool. Bar met and exceeded. So yeah, I think it makes it easy.
yeah,
for people.
and it's also what did I learn about them? Almost nothing. It was all in the context of the moment.
Of the thing.
If somebody had asked me what do they do? I'd be like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I asked one of them sort of where he lives, but I don't know exactly where.
Okay.
I don't know if they're in relationships or have children or.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that they were a werewolf in a game once. That was funny because they were, that was a game that we played.
I can somewhat
werewolf.
speak to their coob skills or their frisbee
Yeah.
throwing.
True. That's mostly it. Yeah.
Mildly.
The variety, it was in terms of just games. I mean, damn. Just the variety, the lawn games, coob, the board. What's hard is we played 4 board games I'd never played before, it's tough to make happen because you've got to have patience amongst multiple people. And you have to be okay failing. You have to be okay being bad at it right away. I feel like the best way to do it, your buddy X is really good. He's like the shaman of the games, kind of in a way.
He really is.
He's really good at walking
And he's
people
patient.
through.
He's patient and loves
Yeah.
describing how to play games.
But then you just start getting into it. You get a few rounds in, and then you just he'll keep the manual at arm's length just in case we need it. But then you just kind of go with it. And he's really good at being this is probably what you should do, which is I don't think I would do that. I would be an asshole about it. I'd probably oh, what do you think you should? I don't know. Yeah, or he wasn't trying to.
Giving you giving you the
take advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, giving you the broad strategy of in this context, generally you would want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if
But
it pays off for them.
it also makes people want to keep playing the game because if there's a world where there's people describing games and they just bulldoze people in it, and it's but he's not like that at all. And just the variety, even the board, there was card game. Actually, I realized most games now, the ones we played, there's a trend of games that are all just psychological trauma. I think that's all they are now. So it's not just a board, not just taking turns and rolling. It's trying to convince other people that you are something or not something, or how to make
That's
moves.
true.
Almost every game seems to have that now. So it's like it can end in some. I mean, it did. There's some arguments, some yelling, but it was all in. I think again, it was the right group because it was like, I mean, it was fun. It's like it's stupid because then it's fun. You're either the one trying to convince somebody, or you're mad at your teammates for doing something stupid, or you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, yeah, it's great. It's good camaraderie, and that's where we lived in those moments more than anything. I think.
Your personality preceded you, and I legitimately thought you were getting really mad because you were being told that you were, the bad guy for all intents and purposes. And I'm like, oh, Matt's getting so pissed because he must not be, and he's just getting really aggravated because Jay's ruining the game and stuff. And lo and behold, Jay was right accusing Matt, but then Matt got so upset that he actually convinced Jay to accuse me, and I just sat there and took it, and Jay was wrong. So it is psychological warfare. But
well, too, because like at some point, didn't you said something like it's so much energy to like have to invest in trying to convince somebody,
right?
Like it's like the one game we basically played. It's a Battlestar Galactica board game. Humble brag. Yes, we know what Cylons are. Okay, guys, not to brag. Just we're we're into nerd culture for sure. I've actually seen the whole show. It's amazing. But it's like a 4-hour game, and at some point, it's like a season of Survivor in one game in terms of like bouncing back.
It was
and
a good
forth
way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. The tensions of like how that goes back and forth and accusing people and who's what and all this, but eventually at some point I can see I don't fucking care anymore. I don't want. It's like I can't invest this much like emotional and thoughtful capital into this anymore.
Yeah, because it's just like my refute to it is simple as the accusation, but if someone's going to hammer the accusation, not describe it or become better founded, it's just going, well, no, it has to be. Well, no, it has to be. And not give any better reason than I'm going, yeah, but I could say the same thing about you, and all of those valid points would still be. And if I just say that, but the other person talks for 10 minutes, I go, I'm not going to do the same thing you're doing, which is not adding substance, but just accusing more often. Like, I mean, arguably Jay lost the game for the good guys because of his accusations. So, whatever. Yeah. But I actually did enjoy the game a lot. Like, it took me a while to really understand it, but unfortunately, it was like a 4-hour game, but it made me really want to play it again. And I'm like, man, I could definitely play this again, and I would enjoy it the second time around now that I'm understanding a lot more of it.
And that's
a neat game.
That is the cool thing with board games. And that makes me want to find a crew here that plays games, because even the trudge through like the first playthrough can be fun. And it's like, you just got to make yourself do it. Like, you can't learn anything without just doing it. You just have to expect to not understand it, but just keep doing it more and more, put more reps into it. So I was glad to have had that experience with multiple games that I had to learn this week. And it's cool. Like, it's a certain energizing feeling to have that, where like our only focus was hanging out, drinking booze, listening to music, watching movies, and learning game. Like, that was the hardest part of the day, was trying to pay attention to learn a new game.
that was the hard part of my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good weekend. So
I'm happy to say I did not bust out my comfort game, which is Scattergories. So no arguments. For anyone that knows me knows that I enjoy Scattergories, but it also leads to me usually chastising someone for not using adjectives appropriately. That becomes a discussion, but I think it's the first time I've ever played 2 games of Risk in the same weekend. There were 2 games of Risk that were played. One before you guys arrived on Friday. So me, super producer Steve, and Mike all played, and then we played again on Saturday. I love Risk. Always different game every time you play it. I always think I'm going to do well. I usually don't, but I still enjoy playing it. Got to teach some people Cube, because I love teaching people Cube. It's a game that generally you can pick up quick, and even though it feels like you're not going to be able to do it.
So Cube is a long game.
Or people think they're going to be, or people are like, this is easy, and I'll absolutely be able to do it. And then you keep doing it, and you go, oh, I'm just going to come really close to achieving what I want to achieve, and yet I won't do it.
So Cube is a game where, you're throwing like wooden rods at like wooden small castles or something like that, or wooden bases, things. You just toss, it's like any other long game, you toss it, but it's kind of a field position game too. It can go back and forth, but it's like a good part strategy, teamwork and execution. But it's like those are the perfect kind of long games. And I had played it before, but I forgot. But yeah, you can pick it up pretty quickly. I got pretty torched that one night we were playing. Like I have like mosquito bites the size of like
I am still dealing with them. Arguably, I'm dealing with them more last night and tonight more than I was that weekend.
Yeah, like they've all like fully developed and matured. There's got to be mosquito larvae inside my body. That's the way it feels. I don't understand what's happening. They're gigantic and itchy.
Might be the case.
It's okay though. Definitely not ticks. And dude, throwing around a frisbee. I know we played the frisbee game, but I haven't thrown around a disc in a long time, and that was fun. Like, because my buddy in college, Tozer and I, he was on the ultimate team, so he would kind of get me into like he taught me a lot of like different throws and stuff like that. But we used to like just go out and play catch all the time, and we'd play like frisbee golf with just like whatever it is, the 170, 80 gram disc, whatever the basic frisbee disc is. So I got like used to throwing that around, but I hadn't done it in so long, and I forgot how fucking fun that is, dude. Just throwing around fucking. Like, we played a game with it too, where you have to hit a PVC pole with a beer on top of it. What is that? Beersby? Is that what it's called?
He called it Beersby, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it called offensively as Polish horseshoes, is how I learned it. But yeah. And your goalie efforts fully. My frisbee throwing with your goalie efforts won us our games. It was a perfect combo.
Undefeated.
Yep.
That was the highlight of my week. I mean, I'm a reaction. Even when I had some drink in me, I can catch shit. So catch beers falling. If there's a beer falling to the ground, you best know I'm going to get that. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that to hit the ground. I don't want it to get hurted. Then random times I would pop onto, you have this Raspberry Pi, has all the classic video games. I mean, it was just different sessions, and none of it was orderly. It just melded into different activities at any time without any discuss. It just happened. That was the best part about it. Like some Little League baseball that we talked about last week. We played that on some NES, some Tecmo Bowl, some other random games on there. Like for some reason, X put in I missed the first night. So what do you do? So Jeff does have in the basement a DVD rack of all the movies you've ever seen that came out on DVD that you've never watched on DVD. I don't understand all of as a Save the Last Dance. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Anything that was hot for a week in the mid 2000s. He's got that on DVD. That'll probably never get watched. But then did you have everybody pick a movie or something to nominate a movie or something?
I want to say Mike put that concept together of. He had me, Steve, and him pick 2 movies apiece to put them into a bag and draw at random, and Mike himself picked 2 of the same movie to put in the bag to up the chances of us having to watch that movie.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So you do have duplicates.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of duplicates because it's not the general premise is about 550 of the movies are mine, and then everyone from my family, brothers and sisters-in-law, and my parents all dumped their movies up there too. Caitlin contributed. So there's just my buddy Dan was getting rid of movies, and he goes, "Do you want these for your cabin?" I go, "Okay." And so it's literally just a hodgepodge. But of course that ends in a bunch of duplicates. But my challenge to myself is I really got to get up there and organize it, and that is a daunting task. And when there's fun games to be played and other people around, I don't want to do that. So that's the problem, is I go up there to have a good time because I'm not local. It takes me a long time to get up there, and it seems silly for me to spend time to get up there and then be like, you know what today's mission is? Organization. So it'll happen at some point. I don't know when, though.
Yeah, the travel to there, I can't imagine. I mean, yeah, you always have to make the longer trip. I mean, even for mine would have been 2 hours. I would have taken the throughway, but the first night, going there after work, I wasn't locked in. I was like, I'll take the scenic route. It ended up being 20, 25 minutes longer, but it was cool. Like, I genuinely enjoy like driving on roads that go through all the different small towns in New York and just kind of seeing them, because a lot of them always like drive over like little waterways, drive next to the Erie Canal, like go through like little spots. Like, it's just as fun as like being there, kind of. And on Sunday morning, like, I was hurting a little bit driving back because we left decently, or I mean, not crazy early, but like by 9 o'clock, which with the amount of drink I'd had at me in the last 36 hours was, just mildly challenging, a little bit. No food in me, anything like that. Feeling I was going to have to shit myself every 20 minutes. It's tough to make it 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but it took me back through a path, like all the way through these hills, windy roads. Like, it's just crazy to drive by these houses and stuff that just these people who are living their lives that you never would see ever, never be on their roads for any reason. They're not busy streets, and just seeing how other people live like in the same state that I do. It's just it's another world. I think I need more Adirondacks in my life. I think just the green, the water, all that. It was very cool.
You even caught a fish.
Yeah, I did. I did. It's a new record for me, Strange Fam. A brand new record. I went and I actually put on my new like not wading boots per se, but they go up to like just underneath my knee to go into this little area, a creek. I forgot exactly what it's called, like Woodhull Creek or something like that. Mm-hmm. Something like that. And yeah, caught a if you see it on here, yeah.
That guy.
So you can't tell, but that is roughly the size of my pinky finger. that fish
That's
there.
a big one.
So either a fall fish or a creek chub, something like that. But the smallest fish I think I've ever hooked and landed. It's just hard, It's hard to actually hook one of those things. And maybe, of course, the weather was wrong. The whole time it was supposed to rain. I don't know if I would have gone. I wish I would have brought my kayak. Because that Saturday was like sunny. I mean, it would have been nice to get out there and get out on the river, even for like a couple hours. But for next time, dude, next time I go, I'm gonna bring it. This won't be my last time there, Sharon, Kenny. All right, you got me hooked. I'm ready to go back again. I never thought I wasn't gonna go, but I mean, I was very annoyed at Steven for not wanting to go, and I don't care that it was personal matters. Like, geez, come on, Steve. I mean, he had to leave. I did see him go, though. He saw me right after I caught that fish. I wish I would have caught it in front of him. But he stopped. He saw my car along the way, on the way out. But it's also nice to road trip with buddies. That makes it a little easier.
It is. Because X was supposed to come with me, but he couldn't. Yeah. He couldn't get up till the next day. So if you think your trip was altered, my 6-hour trip was altered because I thought I was going to have a partner, and I did not. So I listened to a book on tape that I hadn't listened to in a long time because Lord knows I can't drive in silence. So I listened to sports talk radio for about an hour and a half and then listened to a book on tape the rest of the way up and
Were you able
down.
to call in, or it wasn't live?
No, I did not call in, unfortunately. But, so book on tape is how I dealt with it. Classic go-to. And hit a couple rainy spots, but generally my trip was pretty solid. On the way up, a couple rainy spots, maybe a total of 8 or 9 minutes worth of rain driving. And on the way back, I don't think I ever hit any precipitation. So generally pretty smooth trip, all things considered, just a long one.
I meant to, I wanted to stop on the way. There was a couple spots I could have stopped for fishing, but at that point I was like, I just gotta fucking keep going. I don't know why. It's just that drive to I just gotta go. I don't want to stop and then do something fun for a little while because I was like, I don't know how much energy I have in me, and I didn't. By the time I got home, before we recorded, I didn't want to be super embarrassed. I guess you wouldn't be able to see it, but my suitcase was still behind. I never unpack on the day of. I'm such a loser about that.
Too much.
I just can't. I can't emotionally handle that.
And that's funny. And that's funny because I'm the exact opposite. I have to right when I get back because it already looms over my head to not do it. So I have to unpack and throw my clothes to the laundry and I try to get things organized as quick as I can. So I'm quite the opposite on stuff like that. But yeah, that was a good trip. Because again, I think the group, as hodgepodge and unfamiliar each other, a lot of people were. I think the group worked fantastic, and it made me wish that I'm like, man, I wish I had another day. I'm like, I could have played like this game or something. Like, I definitely wanted.
I hate goodbyes.
Another day doing it. Also because again, you're like, I don't want to go back to work. I want to play more games. Why can't my work involve playing Battlestar Galactica, the board game, for 4 hours?
I know it's hard to like describe it to people. How was your weekend? It's like, oh yeah, I don't want to tell you. I don't want to say. I don't want
It's
to tell
best.
you.
It's honestly best I don't give you a ton of details, but it was very good.
Yeah.
And I spent some time
I got drunk
outdoors.
as fuck, dude. We just drank and ate. That's all we did, dude. We didn't play hours and hours of board games.
I didn't like. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't about drinking. It was. I mean, obviously, it was about relaxing and stuff.
No,
but
that's just part of it. It wasn't about it at all, though. It didn't define us. It's just.
Jay brought his pizza maker. That was pretty clutch on Friday.
Yeah, he made like 6 pizzas within like 12 minutes. It felt like.
It was impressive.
It was
because he made the crust the day before. Smart guy.
And Jay's got one of those kind of underrated MVP of the weekend traits. You can't spell MVP without OCD. I guess I'll say that because he was like, right, he had to be like cleaning out cans and like getting rid of shit all the time. Like he's that guy as part of the weekend. It's like, hey, he's important. He's just as important as anybody. He's the most important
asset.
Character
Wooden
of this
asset.
trip. Yeah.
Yep.
You really need a guy like that. He's a glue guy. By that I mean he'll scrape the glue off of the floor because he just doesn't want it to be there. Just like he just wants everything clean and orderly. Gets rid of the plates and all that, like just instinctively. So that's good to have. Yeah, and then Mike was also there.
And Mike attended. So yeah.
I did not get any of their contact information. I don't know if I should have. This seems like a little premature. I was like, hey, let's hang out maybe one more time in another 20 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
commit to this.
Yeah. If Jeff compiles this Avengers again at some point, then we can start asking about backgrounds and you know, hey, so what? Do you have a last name? You know, stuff like that.
Do you know anybody else besides us? I don't know. Do you have anybody in your life? I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
I think at one point X, like on day night 2, said something like, "Oh yeah, me and my girlfriend goes like, oh, he's got a girlfriend." Didn't
okay.
Brought that up. Yeah, didn't bring it up. Yeah, I was like,
Neat.
hey, cool. Yeah, cool.
At one point on Saturday night, someone goes like, "So wait, how do you know Jeff?" Like, it's just like, "Oh right, yeah, he worked with me at my old job, which stopped 5 years ago. So this has been optional hanging out for 5 years because we are no longer coworkers. We were coworkers."
I mean, between the bachelor party this year, the wedding, and then this hang, it's kind of like amazing how like 40-something-year-old dudes will just kind of accept if they have like 1 degree of separation from one person, they're in on it, really, basically for everybody else.
Yeah.
It's a very, accepting, because who has time to not be part of that, But again, you are like
I think it's
deeply
weirder.
connected to everybody involved. Yeah.
I think it's weirder to not be open to that stuff. Like, it's just kind of like, why would you in your 40s? Like, so much, like, everything's stressful and life is, so it's like, yo, who's going to this cabin? It doesn't matter. Everyone going knows what the premise of the cabin is, and it's zero expectations of just hanging out and playing games. Like, that was what I told each and every one of you, that's all we do. And everyone was bought in. And I'm like, okay, I hope you don't think I'm kidding and that something epic is going to happen, because that's the entire premise. So everyone went in with the right mindset, and therefore it was pulled off flawlessly.
I mean, there's obviously there's a past me in our, last few years that doesn't make that trip. And I had a lot of reasons I couldn't have, and I could have not gotten away with it, but because it was raining, it was like, dude, I don't want to fucking. And it's like I had all the reasons not to, and I was like, I'm glad. Even when I tried, I was like, I'm gonna fucking hate this. I know it, and I'm gonna wish I didn't go. I don't know why. It's
Weird,
like,
man. Anxiety's a fucked up thing. Anxiety's fucked. It's not fair.
I mean, I didn't believe it. I guess this time I didn't believe it or let it dictate. But it's just you can't stop the thoughts. You can't stop the rumination in your head.
No, you can't.
know?
Even when you remind yourself of the past times that turned out well, like now you can use this cabin trip as a guideline for other things and be like, but remember, you didn't want to go to the cabin and you went. And so, but it's tough. Anxiety, unfortunately, doesn't work like that. Anxiety takes out logic.
Mm-hmm. And I knew, even like the last few years of different hangs, like they all contribute to it. Of course, next week, I'm doing a solo. Actually, when this episode comes out, a week from tomorrow, Thursday, I'm taking my second annual summer trip to Canadice Lake, which I'm very, very excited about. Again, like that I'm going to the same, my coworker calls it a wooden tent, because it's really a tiny home. They call it glamping, but it's like you got to poop and shower outside, so I don't know how glamping that is, but, but yeah, I'm very excited for that again, because that's like, I don't remember. I can't even put into words what it was like last year, but I was like, again, I was very anxious for that, because I was like, fuck, I'm going to be by myself in the spot that I don't know, and now I know it, but like last year was like a very spiritual retreat for me, not in like a grand sense of like I changed, but it was like, I just felt like I needed it to be somewhere different, to see something different, and now like I loved it so much that I want to do it again. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it again next year. I don't know. Like I just, for some reason, it
felt right to do it again.
Yeah. I want to have a connection with that place again, and maybe just do it a little. I don't have to do it the exact same way. I'm doing an extra night this year, so it's like, Thursday night, Friday night. So I'm doing 3 nights this year. I think last year I did 2 nights. So I might even try to get into, because there's 3 lakes that are really close. The one I'm going to be on is called Canadice Lake. That's the smallest one. Again, no houses, no development around it. And actually, it's part of like the Rochester watershed. You're not even allowed to swim in it, because they don't want like people's bodies and pollutants to get in there. The one to the west is called Hemlock Lake. Again, they're like no.
I've heard of Hemlock.
Yeah, no housing on that. And then the one to the east of Canadice is Honeyway Lake, which is more like known, I think. Like there's like, it's sort of like an Owasco Lake kind of thing. It's a small lake, but there's like, there's like a brewery around there. There's like, camps, all kinds of shit. That's where people go to like recreationally be on the lake. So, I'll do that. And this year I will. So now my goal after this weekend. So last year I brought the Lord of the Rings card game there. That is a co-op game, or it's a single player game. And I spent like an hour and a half learning it, but never finished it. So this year, I'm going to bring it, and one night I'm going to play it. Yep, I'm going to play through the whole thing. Or not. We'll see. Also, it's fun to just sit out there and just stare at the fire, the solo stove fire, and then go like, that seems like too much fire now. I don't know what I did. Was this going to go out? It's like, how do these things
The best
work?
is when you want to build a fire for 20 minutes and you're like, so fires only work in like not fire or fire for 4 hours. And you're like, I don't know how to do this.
Do you know anybody with like a solo stove, those steel ones that are like for backyards or whatever? It's like the steel cylinder.
Caitlin got me one for my birthday.
Okay.
I have one now.
So they don't go out that easy. Like, nope. Like they take a minute to go out.
They're healthy.
If you don't. Yeah. And I didn't know what to do, so last year, you're not supposed to, but I put water in it because I didn't want to go to sleep while it was still on. So this year I'll bring some, like, sand or something. A bag of sand. I don't know what's good to put in there.
Like 2 bags of sand.
But yeah, I'm very excited. Like, I don't know. I also, like, seem to, like, lump time off together. But I kind of like that. So, because in January I did, like, the Universal Epic Florida trip. Then took a few days off, then went to Arizona. And I had like the bachelor party in March. Then it was my birthday, and Jordan was here hanging out. And took some time in June. Yeah. You know what? The thing is, you just don't get enough time off.
I think that was impressive. The fact that you and Jordan had hangs for a few days after the bachelor party.
Well, I was keeping it diarrheal.
You must have been running on fumes leaving Buffalo. The fact that you made it back
I don't even
is a Christmas
know
miracle.
how we got there. I know, yeah. I actually don't know how I made it there. at all and back. I don't remember any of it happening, really. Went to the Bruins Sabres game, like, went to, like, these, oh, God. That week after work was rough. That was, like, my most zombied week of work ever after that week, because we went hard on all accounts, basically. Even today, like, at work, after a weekend, it was not too crazy, but I was like, told my coworkers, like, gosh, God, my stomach's a little sour. Just like, because like, wasn't crazy. But,
and you like think back and you go, oh no,
yeah.
no, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This isn't that big of a mystery.
I got over it with some oatmeal and banana. Just classic.
Sure, as one will.
But do you have any summer trips planned? Anything left?
I gotta go. I gotta go back up for a live draft in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, we're getting to that part of the year.
Yeah, so fantasy football, making the trek, and then after that, I got to figure out what the plan is. But it may be, it's looking like going to Buffalo, to work, take some time off, but also possibly to work for a little while and possibly stay with Bob. So, yeah. That's something to do that, and then September comes and got a couple things going on, and then it finally like quiets down. Other than I got the work trip in October. It's good to have stuff on the docket, but you also like get tired thinking about the stuff. I got a wedding in October to go to.
Damn.
Yeah, so
I hate that as fantasy. I mean, as much as I like fantasy football season's coming up, and I don't call it the NFL season because I don't give a fuck about NFL games. I just care about the fantasy football season. But then I just like, it sucks because at the store now they've got all like the cinnamon spice stuff out. They've got Halloween candy out. They've got all this. And I'm like,
August.
Stop, dude. I can't,
Slow
man.
down.
Don't let it go. Don't let it go. We need this. I think that's part of like the trip next week too, is just like being present for a part of the summer, just letting myself in the Finger Lakes be on the Finger Lake, like being a part
Correct.
of the moment there, just existing there, the best that I can for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I dig it.
Oh.
I dig it.
Well,
Oh.
Good job, Jeff. Thanks for
28
inviting
minutes, 28 minutes of quality, 19 minutes of total dog shit. But
Yeah.
you want to know what? Turned out pretty okay.
I like this podcast is just a recapping our super awesome weekend. And hopefully it was inspiring to know in our 40s we can still do stuff. All those slow
With
and dangerous behind the
strangers.
wheel,
Can still serve a
40-somethings can serve a purpose.
Which is not, there's not much purpose there, but no,
True.
it is nice. It was an escape from societal things and like expectations and just like enjoying time away, like in the woods, like not in the woods, meaning like I got to camp in a tent. Like that's why I like the cabin too, is like, I'm not there to be uncomfortable and stuff like that. Like that. I'm not saying that, but it's just to disconnect for a little bit.
Just there to be with other bearded dudes in the woods with no connection to anything else. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is optional. So, clothing, I mean, it's all
boy.
good. It's fine.
Nope. Everyone had clothes on. I don't know what you were doing in that basement, but everyone else had clothes on.
Nobody in the basement had clothes on, I'll tell you that. None of us
Oh boy.
did.
Oh boy.
You're going to want to, Sherry, you want to clean that air mattress. Sorry, forgot to tell you that.
Jeez, come on.
No, you don't have to. I'm going to use it again. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Bye.
Years faded like an old arcade screen. Matt and Jeff back where the stories begin. Joystick dreams and a pocket full of quarters. Laughing about bets and the taste of disorder. From pixel skies to the vinyl they spun. Movies and memes under the same neon sun. Time hit pause, but the jokes never ended. Two old souls with the past unpretending. We still count the cost.